January is National Stalking Awareness Month, and in Oklahoma, 1 in 3 women experience being stalked by a man at some point in their lives. The national average is 1 in 5. Kennedy Sepulvado joins us now with more details. Kennedy.
Rich, the advanced technology that we often carry with us in our day-to-day lives makes it easier for us to fall victim to stalking. A simple search on any web browser can pull up limitless information about an individual within seconds.
I often suggest to people is, have you just Googled yourself? Have you run your own name through a couple of search engines and found out what information is available about you?
While the internet and social media have allowed people to make old connections, it also allows your information to be available to anyone, anywhere.
We freely provide updates about where we're going and what we're doing, and we post pictures of where we are and what we're doing and who we're with. And so we give away information without even realizing how significant that can be.
In Oklahoma, stalking is defined as a person who willfully, maliciously, and repeatedly follows another person in a manner that would cause a reasonable person to feel frightened, intimidated, threatened, harassed, or molested.
It's any form of harassment, especially if it's someone that you're in a former relationship with and they continue to make these unwanted appearances in your life, following you around, calling you, sending you letters, all sorts of things that are meant to harass you and bother you.
3 out of 4 stalking victims know their stalker.
It can happen to where you may not know your stalker, but that's very few and far between. Most of the time, a stalker is going to be either a current or former intimate partner of that victim, or an acquaintance, like a coworker, a family member, someone that they did know in school.
We dated when I was a very young girl, and I was his first love. So that's why he kind of keeps coming back.
Nearly 3 decades later, the stalking continues.
It hasn't gotten better, but it hasn't gotten worse. It's just basically when he shows up, he shows up. I have a lifetime protective order, but I mean, since I think about 2 years ago, I filed 3 police reports, nothing. So pieces of paper aren't going to protect you from stalking.
Master Sergeant Gary Knight with OKCPD explains how it helps to have a victim protection order, which can be filed at the Victims County Courthouse.
You don't have to wait for it to be in place, but it makes it easier on law enforcement and the prosecution of the case if you already have a pre-existing VPO against the person, because at that point they're violating the terms of the VPO. And it's important to note that there's also restraining orders out there. We don't enforce those. Those are a civil order from a judge. It's not like a VPO. VPOs we enforce. But regardless of whether it's a stranger, a former domestic partner of some type, or a love interest, you name it, if somebody is bothering you or there's unwelcome advances being made toward you, certainly take the time to call 911.
Every stalking situation is different. Resources from the YWCA and the Citizen Potawatomi Nation House of Hope helps victims know what safety options best suits them.
So we talk a lot about the pros and cons of every step that you might take. So if you're talking about making a police report, or if you're talking about getting filing for a victim protection order, what are the pros and cons? Is that going to make you safer, or is that going to make you less safe? What's going to be the best choice for you?
We try to instruct them to plan ahead and, try to place important documents, monetary things like cash or checks, things like medications, things like that, in a place where it will be safe. So if they have to leave, they can either easily grab it and take it with them, or it's already in a vehicle or already in a bag.
In May 2022, Governor Stitt signed a new amendment to Oklahoma's stalking law. The addition allows the stalker to be charged with a felony after only 1 offense rather than multiple incidents. Plus, the maximum jail time was expanded from 1 year to 3. Another addition requires a law enforcement agency to provide a stalking warning letter to the accused.
We can see that even in times of protective orders being issued, a lot of victims choose not to do that because it just angers that stalker or that perpetrator. And with a warning letter, we wonder if this isn't going to do just the same thing.
He might rage out, and it could get intense if he knows that you are trying to seek justice. Because in his mind, in a perpetrator's mind, he doesn't think that he is doing anything wrong. So why are you reporting him?
I could see that it could cause some issues, you know, for a victim wanting to move forward and file charges.
Stalking doesn't discriminate against race, class, gender, age, or sexual orientation. Therefore, it's important for everyone to be educated on the issue.
Entertainment minimizes it and romanticizes it and makes it funny. And I think people end up missing the point. They end up missing just how significant it is.
What some people see on a TV screen is another person's reality.
We can't control somebody else's behavior. We can't make them follow the law. We can't make them stop. A protective order is not going to make them stop. We can only take care of ourselves, and we can only protect ourselves by safety planning. That's what's going to be key to keeping yourself safe.
Again, if you or someone you know is in immediate danger, call 911. Contacting victim helplines can assist victims access resources available to them and make necessary action plans.